Hi, everybody. I am Dr. Lean. I am going to be your professor for this course, Management 5090, Corporate Citizenship. I am also your Associate Dean. So if there's anything I can help you with, please let me know. I like to keep in touch with my students as much as possible, given the online nature of these courses. It's not always the easiest to connect with y'all. Some things I wanted to talk about before we get going in the course, and the video from this point on is going to show you kind of some tips and tricks and how to navigate yourself through the D2L course shell, let you know kind of my expectations, and I'm doing my best in the video to make the course as easy for you and as seamless as possible for you to get right in. I know some of you, this may be your first class ever. Some of you, maybe your last class. But as you're going through, please keep in mind that I understand that you guys are, the great majority of you, I would say 95% of y'all are working adults. I went through my MBA program the same way, with a husband and family and life and kids and work and a full-time job. So I understand that for 99% of you, this is not the number one thing you're focusing on in your life, and that's okay. All I'm asking is that if you're going to be late with assignments or late with work or things are delayed, please just let me know. I will do my best to work around it with you. I want you to be successful. There's nothing in this class that I try to do to catch you or trap you. If everyone gets an A in this class, that's great. You have to earn the A, but I'm not one of those professors that, grades on a curve or expects so many A's and B's and C's. I want you guys to do well. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I look forward to seeing you guys in class. So when you first get into your class, Management 5090, you're going to see the video right here, which is the video we're making right now. So you'll have it right there in case you need to rewatch this or have questions and want to go back to it. There it is. The first thing you will do is click on content, and it will take you to all of our good stuff. The getting started, it's just our syllabus. It has our artificial intelligence policy on there, your technology requirements. This is kind of like the mandatory stuff that we have to put on there. Your meat of your course starts in week one. So you'll see in week one, I have your learning objectives, course level learning objectives. Then below that, you'll start to see the coursework starting to lay out. I tried again, like I told you before, I try to make this as easy as possible. You're going to see read, do, watch. It should be very obvious what you're going to be doing for these things. So for the syllabus, the very first thing you do in this course is take a syllabus quiz. This does not mean that I'm trying to catch you or do anything. It's just that I want to make sure that you know that for my class, there are things I'm a little particular about, such as getting your work in on time, such as making sure that you write and complete full sentences with good grammar, things like that. If you read the syllabus or open it up, you're going to see that there are certain things that are underlined and bolded and highlighted. Those are the answers for the syllabus quiz. This is just, it's not, again, not meant to trick you. It's just, I want to make sure that you have read my syllabus and know what I'm expecting out of my class for you. The introductory lesson you have here, you can watch a little video, answer the quiz, watch another little video. All of your quizzes, they say quiz on here, open note, open book, open internet, open everything but another person, right? Whatever you put in there, it needs to be something you've looked up and this is not a hard class. As long as you are doing the work and you are answering, even if you give me an answer that I don't agree with, as long as you can support your reason, I'll give you 100% full credit for it, right? So just make sure that you're doing your best. Again, my questions are not trying to catch you. And as you start working through the assignment, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll ask you kind of questions that build, well, what do you think about this? Well, why do you think that? Well, what if we add this to it? Now, does it change what you think the first time, right? So a lot of the stuff I'm going to ask you is opinion based or give me a time when. And we'll talk about that some more. So you, on the first day, going to go over your syllabus, going to go over your introductory videos and quizzes I want you to go over. And then for every single week, you're going to have a video discussion. And I know some of you may not like that, but I have found in, gosh, getting close to 20 years of teaching online courses, it's hard for you to connect with each other when you can't see each other. And I can't put you in teams and I can't make you do team assignments because that's just too difficult. We have people literally all over the world, different time zones, different work. I work third shift, you work first shift, and trying to get us to work on a project together in an online course is very difficult. So one of the ways that I help you to connect with each other is having discussion boards. And rather than having you type out your answers and your comments, we post them in a video. If you walk through here, the very first thing is how to post a video in D2L. It's going to walk you through any settings that might need to be done on your computer. The one thing I'm going to ask is you please, please, please do not record a video on your phone or on the computer and then upload it into D2L. That gets to be a pain in the butt. It makes it very hard to read everything or to watch and review all the videos. If you follow the instructions, it will tell you how to post directly into D2L So that when other people are looking at it, it's just like a list of videos, right? You just click on each one of them. If you are uploading a video into D2L, that means every time someone watches it, especially myself when I'm trying to do the grading, I have to download that video and then watch it. And that ends up me putting a lot of downloaded videos on my computers and it slows me down. I also have your grading rubric on here on how what I'm looking for. It's not hard stuff. Are you making nice comments? Are you being friendly? Are you dressed? Please wear clothes. Don't sit there without a top on or in your bikini or bathing suit, like have normal clothes on. And then you will also have, so we click on here to actually do it. It will give you a prompt, right? Introduce yourself to your classmates and a brief description of who you are and why you're in the MBA program. Each week has a different prompt. So make sure you click on that so you're understanding what you need to do for that particular week. Okay. The other thing you do each week is a Wall Street Journal reflection. Dr. Hepner, the Dean of the College of Business, has been gracious and has purchased a Wall Street Journal subscription for every student. That means you have unlimited Wall Street Journal access, and I would suggest taking full advantage of that because there's some really good articles in there. But part of being a good manager is keeping up with what's going on in the world around you and knowing especially what's going on with the business, especially international, because you don't really think about the fact that what's going on in Europe or China might impact our prices over here. I think people are really starting to see that more and more with some of the changes our administration is making. But here's your instructions. I want you to check out the Wall Street Journal, click on there. You'll be able to log in using the same login credentials you use to check your APSU email address. And then here's your information, summarize the journal, summarize the article. Do not use ChatGPT or other AI. It needs to be in your voice. And I will recognize it. I have graded so many of these. I have been using ChatGPT and AOL myself. Um, sorry, AI, not AOL. I've been using AI myself. There is an accent to it, and I can pick it up and I understand when it's been used. You should not need to use AI for this. This is the simple assignment of you pick an article, no more than 6 weeks old. Try to tie it in with this week's reading, summarize it. What did you find interesting? And how does it relate to the material you read this week? One of the things I will make sure if you click on the rubric down here, it tells you what it's looking for specifically, but it has to be a business article. The Wall Street Journal has lots of sections and categories and topics. If you pick something that is talking about cooking or art or dance or something like that or fashion, that is not related to business. And the easiest way to check that is when you click on the link, or you have to copy and paste the link into your submission. That link should say something like www.wallstreetwsj.com backslash business backslash economics backslash somewhere in that the website citation. You should see the word business economics, something like that, right? Political news does not count as business news, so make sure you watch that. That is probably the number one way people lose points on this assignment is not including the citation link to the website, to the journal, or the article is not connected to business. That's it for week one. Week one is an easy week. And that's made to be easy on purpose because some of you might jump in at the last minute, joining the class late. I don't want to overwhelm you, especially for some of you, maybe your first class back into first class ever online. So I want to give you time to kind of get settled. Starting from then on, from week two and on, the workload gets quite a bit heavier. So let's go over week two so I can see, right? From this point on, it's pretty much the same format every single week. These are your articles. You're reading an article, and you are going to read the article and you do the quiz. Read the article, do the quiz. Read the article, do the quiz, right? And at the bottom, you're going to have a video discussion. You've already done a video discussion. This time, the prompt is going to be on identify and describe the category of social responsibility that appeals to you, right? Again, that prompt is going to change every single week depending on what's going on that week and what you're discussing. And you can see we have a social environment, ethical environment, ecological environment, public policy. Those are the topics for the week, and those kind of lead the articles you're going to be reviewing. These articles are older on purpose. You need to understand the foundation of how we got where we are. And they get newer, some of their older ones. If you know anything about Milton Friedman, man, I love him. These are some fun reads. You'll do your video discussion, and also your Wall Street Journal. So pretty much starting at week two on, you're going to read about sometimes two, but usually 3 articles a week. You're going to do your video post and your Wall Street Journal summary. And then you get down to the last week, and it's just like a little shorter week where I need to get some summaries and stuff from you. All the assignments are due on Sundays at midnight. I try to as quickly as possible. I'm not perfect, but the assignments are due on midnight on Sunday. I try very hard to have the feedback out within 48 hours, mainly because if I'm seeing a problem you're having, I'm trying to get that feedback to you as quickly as possible so you can make the change, and you're not, doing the same thing over and over and over each week, making the same mistake.